2 years ago, Sacramento made national headlines after the deadly police shooting of Stephon Clark. That also thrust his entire family into the national spotlight. But at the center of that tragedy, a dad, a brother, and a son was killed. And 2 years later, his family is doing what they can to heal and move forward.
How have you been able to get to this spot?
God. That's it. I don't even know.
Sequette Clark, Stephon Clark's mom, says her family had already experienced enough loss before Stephon was shot and killed by SAC PD.
So I buried 3 of my 8 children. That's a lot to deal with in a lifetime.
Everywhere I've been since the death of my brother has been involved or talking about or working alongside my brother, or accountability and justice.
Stephon, he worked through all of his stuff publicly, and he's still working through it publicly, and that works for him. For me, that doesn't work.
And that's why Stephon says he plans to take a step back from being the acting CEO at I Am SAC Foundation, a community group he started after his brother's loss, so that he can finally focus on healing. And that's where Sequette steps in.
We are here to provide resources for the communities to prevent something like what happened to Stephon from ever happening again.
I Am SAC Foundation's voter drives, community cleanups, personal protective equipment giveaways, food giveaways, and their activism in this summer's Black Lives Matter protests have kept the still grieving family very busy.
I can choose to continue to focus on the unfairness, or I can channel that energy into making sure that it stops. I am making change in my city and in my nation.
Sequette says the work that she's able to do now is only because of the power of forgiveness.
Once I did that, I released them. And so I don't have to carry that. You know, I don't have to walk around with that injustice in my heart. I can walk around with faith, and I can walk around with purpose instead.
Sequette says working with other families who have lost loved ones at the hands of law enforcement or in custody has brought her a sense of community. They call themselves yayos. It's a term that's meant for healing because they've had to bury a child, and that's something that no parent wants to go through.
We are a fragile being. We are an emotional being, and we should be handled with care.
I Am SAC Foundation has a host of initiatives to improve our community. For one, they want to build a community-based library for folks in South Sacramento's Meadowview neighborhood. So now they're asking for new or gently used books to stock that library that will be inside of Stephon's house. It's a community resource building that they have in South Sacramento. For more on how you can help out or to donate, go to IamSacFoundation.com.